Hi friends, good evening. Today we are going to focus on get previous questions that are asked from quantum mechanics part 1. So let us start with the first question. First question is the Compton wavelength of a proton is dash femtometer. So let me give you the method and a calculation that you can do, right? So we have to do the answer in femtometer, right? So what is Compton wavelength? We have studied this lambda dash minus lambda is equal to h by mc into 1 minus cos phi. This is the Compton formula, right? Now Compton wavelength, here this h by mc, this term is known as Compton wavelength, right? Okay. Now Compton wavelength we need to find. So we have to solve h by mc, and we have already the Planck's constant value and C value and the mass. The mass we have to select proton mass, right? So when you substitute all this, you can express the answer in femtometer, right? Now let us go to the second question. The recoil momentum of an atom is Pa when it emits an infrared photon of wavelength 1500 nanometer, and it is Pb, right? The recoil momentum of an atom is Pa when it emits infrared proton of wavelength 1500 nanometer. If it is Pb when it emits a photon of visible wavelength 500 nanometer. Okay, the ratio Pa by Pb, right? So Pa, so we are talking about this wavelength connection with the momentum, right? So we already know de Broglie wavelength lambda is equal to h by p, right? So lambda a divided by, that is Pa, and lambda b is equal to h by pb. So we have to solve Pa by pb. Pa by pb is equal to lambda b divided by lambda a. So that is lambda b is equal to 500 divided by 1500, all note that is equal to 1 by 3, right? So option C is correct, right? Now we have another question. Consider the motion of a particle along the x-axis in a potential V of x equal to F mod x. Its ground state energy E0 is estimated using uncertainty principle. Then E0 is proportional to. So we have to apply the uncertainty principle, right? So here V of x is given, right? So what is this energy? Energy is equal to p square by 2m, right, plus V of x, right, potential. That is E is equal to, so P is equal to, we have already the relation delta x delta P is equal to H cross, right? This is the relation we have, H cross by 2, right? So if we make a substitution like this, right? So we are calculating from the uncertainty condition. So E is equal to delta P square divided by 2m plus what is V of x, that is potential is equal to force into displacement, right? So that is equal to, now we can substitute this delta P value from this, that is 1 by 2m into delta P is equal to h cross by 2 delta x whole square, that is h cross by 2 delta x, right, the whole square, plus f delta x, right, f delta x. Now that is E is equal to, so this E is measured from the uncertainty condition because we have applied for delta P h cross divided by 2 delta x, right? So that is 1 by 2m into, So let me write this as 1 by 4m into h cross square divided by delta x square plus f delta x. Now we can find out the differential of this dou E by d delta with respect to delta x. Okay, I am finding this energy variation that should be 0 for the minimum energy, right? So that is equal to 1 by 4m h cross square into delta x square on differentiation minus 2 divided by delta x whole cube, and here it is plus f. All right, now look into this. When this part is 0 for the minimum condition, I can write this part will be 0 means this energy is minimum means this part will be 0. That means h cross square 2 divided by 4m delta x cube is equal to f. Then delta x cube is equal to, say, that is equal to h cross square divided by 4m, right? That is equal to 4fm, right? 4fm. Okay. Then I can write this delta x cube, delta x is equal to some h cross square divided by 4fm whole raised to 1 by 3, right? Now our aim is to calculate this energy, right? At a minimum condition I am going to put this delta x value here. In any equation we have this delta x, all right? So when I resubstitute this value, we can substitute here this delta x value. Okay, so let me substitute this here in this equation. So when you substitute this value, E is equal to h cross square divided by 4m into delta x square, that is this square, right? That is h cross, so here it is 1 by f all raised to, so h cross square divided by 4fm all raised to 2 by 3, all right? 2 by 3 because I am taking the square here, plus f delta x, that is f into delta x again h cross square divided by 4fm, h cross square divided by 4fm all raised to 1 by 3, right? Okay, so here we have 1, here we have f raised to 1, here we have f raised to 1 by 3. So 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 minus 1 by 3, that is 2 by 3, and here also we have f raised to 2 by 3, right? The denominator that will go up, so f raised to 2 by 3. So this energy is proportional to f raised to 2 by 3, right? So option D is correct, right? All right, now let us come to another question. A two-state quantum system has energy eigenvalue plus or minus epsilon corresponding to normalized states psi plus or minus. So with the state psi plus we have energy, we have a state psi plus with energy plus epsilon. Okay, and with state psi minus we have the energy minus epsilon, all right? And the system is in the quantum state 1 by root 2 psi plus plus psi minus. So this is the quantum state. Now the probability of the system will be in the same state at a time t h by 6 epsilon is. So what is the quantum state at a time t is equal to 0? So let me write psi 0 first. Psi 0 is equal to 1 by root 2 psi plus psi minus. Now after a time t, what would be the wave function? We have already studied. We can apply the time evolution operator 1 by root 2, and here this is psi plus e raised to I right? This is the time evolution operator. Minus I E plus, right? E plus that already given, that is plus epsilon. So E1, let me give this as E1. I1 I E1 t by h cross plus corresponding to psi minus, we have again e raised to minus I E2 t divided by h cross. Now we can substitute this value. Psi t is equal to 1 by root 2 into psi 1, and look into this, e raised to minus I E1 t by h cross. E1 is epsilon, so minus I into this E1 is epsilon, right? So in the first case it is plus epsilon, that is given here plus epsilon, and in the next case it is minus epsilon. So plus epsilon by h cross is h by 2 pi into this time is given in the question, that is h cross by 6 epsilon. Let me check this value. It is h by 6 epsilon, right? So let me write this as time is equal to h by 6 epsilon. So let me cancel this h and h, right? This pi, here we have a pi, and this energy that will cancel out, and what is remaining here, 2 3 cancel out, so we have pi by 3 here, so minus I pi by 3 here, right? So here e raised to minus I pi by 3 we have, and when you calculate plus epsilon here only, we are changing this e2 to plus epsilon, so you will get psi minus e raised to plus I pi by 3. Now we need to solve the this is the new state I have after a time t psi t. Now what is the probability? That is psi 0 psi t the whole square. This is the probability, right? So when you the star become, this become bra. Okay, so let me write this psi 0 as like this, right? Then we have to reverse this. Okay, so this I can reverse, and this also I can reverse. Now psi 0 psi t, okay, this is my psi t, so its inner product is 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 1 by 2. All right, 1 by 2 into this into this, so psi plus this is plus psi plus bra and ket, that should be unity, and we have this e raised to I pi by 3 e raised to minus I pi by 3, and here also during the multiplication for this term also we have 1 by 2, or we may take 1 by 2 common, and here this into this, that is again 1 and e raised to I pi by 3, okay, whole square, that is 1 by 4 into, what is e raised to I pi by 3? That is cos pi by 3, alright, cos pi by 3 minus I sin pi by 3, and this will be cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3, right? And this I sin pi by 3 minus I sin pi by 3 will cancel, so 1 by 4 into cos pi by 3 into cos pi by 3 whole square we have, that is 2 cos pi by 3, right? We are taking the square, okay, so 2 cos pi by 3 the whole square, that is 1 by 4 into, this is 2 into cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 whole square, 2 cancel, so this is equal to 0.25. So which one is the option? We have to fill in the blanks question, so 0.25 is the answer. All right, now let us come to another question. The question is, the state of a system given by psi is equal to psi 1 plus 2 psi 2 plus 3 psi 3. Psi 1, psi 2, psi 3 form the orthonormal set. The probability of finding the system in the state psi 2 is, that is very simple, right? Its coefficient square divided by the whole probability, that is 1 square plus 2 square. The probability in this particular state divided by the net probability, that is the probability of finding the system in that particular state. So this is the answer, that is 4 divided by 9 plus 4 13 plus 1 14, right? 9 plus 4 that is 13 plus 4 by 14, that is 2 by 7. 2 by 7 is the answer. Okay, so you have to write this answer in up to 2 decimal places. Okay, now let us come to another question. Consider a verb function e raised to ikr r0 by r, where a is the normalization constant for r is equal to 2r0 and the magnitude of probability current density up to 2 decimal places in the unit of a square h cross k divided by m is. So we need to solve probability current density. Do you remember the expression for probability current density? What is probability current density? Probability current density we have studied as imaginary part of, right, h cross by m imaginary part of psi star del psi, right? This is the expression what we have studied. So that is h cross by m into imaginary part of what is psi star. Psi star is the complex conjugate of this, right? So that means here this complex conjugate of this means that is equal to a e raised to ikr, that become a e raised to minus ikr. This iota number become negative because we are considering star, right, complex conjugate r0 by r, right, into del psi, right, dou by dou r of this, right, we have to substitute the value for dou by dou r of this. All right, so we have to apply, so this is del psi, right? Okay, now we can substitute the value of del psi here. So we need to find here del psi, right? So del psi is dou by dou r of this. So let me calculate dou by dou r of this, right? Dou by dou r of a e raised to ikr r by r0 by r, right? So let me take this r0a all around r0a and let us differentiate this part, that is first function into differential of second, that is minus 1 by r square, plus second function into e raised to first function into e raised to ikr on doing ik into e raised to ikr. So we have to substitute this here, right? So r0a into, right, r0a into e raised to ikr. So let me multiply this r0a into the bracket, right? So r0a e raised to ikr minus 1 by r square plus r0a, right, by r into ik e raised to ikr. Now out of the given option, the imaginary part of, see, imaginary part mean here only we have this imaginary number. So this into this, what is remaining? So here e raised to ikr, e raised to minus ikr, that will cancel out, right? What is remaining here? Out of imaginary number, what is remaining here? We have r0 by a r0 by r out here, and we have r0 by r again here, and again a here, and here I we need to take the imaginary part, so need not write it, and k here, right? So that is h cross by m, h cross by m a, right, a into r0 square divided by r square divided by ak. So h cross by m a square k. So a square, a into a square, h cross by m we have, and then k we have written all, and r0 square divided by, and this r is equal to 2r0, that is given. So 2r0 whole square, so this become 1 by 4, right? So we have to write this answer in the unit of a square h cross k by m. So a square h cross k by m, what is remaining? r0 square r0 square cancel, what is remaining? 1 by 4. right? 1 by 4 is the answer. So answer is 0.25, right? 0.25. All right. Now let us come to another question. The quantum mechanical operator for the momentum of a particle moving in one dimension is given by. It's a direct question, right? This momentum operator is minus IH cross dou by dou x. Right. So this is the answer. All right. Now let us come to another question. Question is, an electron with energy E is incident from the left on the potential barrier given by V of x is equal to 0 for x less than 0 and V0 for x greater than 0. As shown in the figure, for E less than V0, very important, we have to make sure that the energy of the hitting particle that would be less than or greater than of the potential barrier width. Based on that only we can do the calculation. The space part of the wave function for x greater than 0 is. So look into this. We are considering the case E less than V0. That is very important. So the space part of the wave function for x greater, here x is equal to 0. Then x greater than 0 means that is this region. So suppose I am considering the wave function is psi, right? So let us solve for Schrodinger wave equation at this region. What is the Schrodinger wave equation? Minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square. Right, here the potential is V0 plus V0 psi, that is equal to E psi. This is Schrodinger wave equation. This I can write as dou square psi by dou x square. I can multiply with minus 2m by h cross square whole term. Okay, V0 equal to minus 2m by h cross square E psi. So let me write a psi here. Right. Now this E less than V0 condition is E less than V0. That means V0 should be greater. So I can modify this equation as, I can take this part to this side and then take this V0 out. So that is minus of, right, V0 minus E into 2m by h cross square psi is equal to 0. Why I have written V0 minus E instead of writing E minus V0? Because V0 is greater, that is given in the question, right? So we have to write V0 first. All right. Now let me substitute a constant value A, right? This I am substituting as A. So root V0 minus E 2m by h cross square. This I am taking as A, right? A square. So if I take such a substitution, sorry, that is A, I can write this as dou square psi by dou x square minus a square psi equal to 0. This is a differential equation with the auxiliary equation, right? M square minus a square is equal to 0. That is m is equal to plus or minus a. So if we have a solution like f is equal to, right, m is equal to plus or minus a, right? So what is the solution? The general solution is e raised to ax plus e raised to minus ax, right? We may have some constant here. I have not written right now, right? Now this is E less than V0. Now we have to apply the boundary condition. Out of the two independent solution we have, which one we will select as the correct solution? Right, in the answer key we have only one part only. So out of this, which one is apt for this situation? Because look into this case. Suppose a wave with energy that is executing here. Here this potential is greater, right? Potential is greater means E is very less. As the potential is greater, it cannot execute for a long time. This will decay into 0 because it is very difficult to overcome this high potential, right? This wave cannot penetrate through for a long distance. Quantum mechanically it will decay, right? Even we have a probability in the second region, but this will decay, right? So this will decay means the wave function should be 0 at x is equal to infinity, because it will suddenly decay and comes to 0. So if I give a large value for x, then the term would be 0, right? The term should be 0, right? So if I give x is equal to infinity, this term will be 0, but this term not equal to 0. So this term, that is not a right term for this situation. So e raised to minus ax is the correct solution of this differential equation. Okay, the remaining we can avoid because that will not fulfill. But if you consider e greater than v0 condition, then we can use both term, right? Because it can travel long distance, right? Because the energy of the hitting particle is very large. Okay, so option B is correct. Now let us come to another question. Free electron of energy 1 electron volt incident upon a one-dimensional finite potential, right? Step of height 0.75 electron volt. Probability of its reflection from the barrier is, right? So look into this. We have to identify the situation first. The energy, that is 1 electron volt. Potential barrier, that is equal to 0.75 electron volt, right? In this case, E is greater than V0. If E is greater than V0, what we have studied for reflection coefficient? We have studied a relation like this, root E minus root E minus V0 divided by root E plus root E minus V0. We have derived this relation, right? Now we can substitute this value, E value given and V0 value given. So let me check the answer. So when you solve this, you will get the answer as 0.1, right? 0.11. You will get 0.11 as the answer, right? So now let us come to another question. A particle of mass m and energy E moving in the positive x direction is incident on a step potential x is equal to 0 indicated in the figure. The highest of the potential is V0. The height of the potential is V0, and V0 is greater than E at x is equal to x0, where x0 is greater than 0, right? So the condition is V0 is greater than E. That is very important. The probability of finding electron is 1 by E times the probability of finding it at x is equal to 0 if alpha is equal to 2m V0 minus E by h cross square. The value of x0 is, right? So that is a beautiful question, right? So here you have to analyze the thing, right? The case is V0 greater than E. The just before, in the previous problem we have discussed the same case, right? V0 greater than E. So we have already discussed at that time this wave function will decay. It cannot execute for a long distance, right? Now the wave function in this region we have selected as psi is equal to some constant, right? Some constant into, right, some constant A into, you can select any constant, okay, e raised to minus alpha x. This is the right wave function we have selected there, or we have selected e raised to minus ax there in the previous problem. You may choose any constant. So we have selected this option, right? Because the potential height is very high, right? Now I am choosing this as the wave function here. As we have done in the previous problem, I am not solving the complete differential equation using Schrodinger wave equation. Okay, you may refer the previous problem. Okay, how I came to this wave function expression. Okay, now what is the probability here? Probability is equal to mod psi square, right? That is a square is some other constant, right? Okay, a square e raised to minus 2 alpha x. All right. Now the question is this probability, when I can say this probability become 1 by e times the probability of the finding it at x is equal to 0. So this is the probability, right? So this probability at x is equal to 0 is equal to that is a square, because at x is equal to 0 this part will be 1. Now this probability become 1 by e times of a square. Means suppose look into this, if probability if I substitute this x is equal to 1 by 2 alpha, look into this expression 1 by 2 alpha. So a square probability at some time, okay, probability at after some time t, that is equal to uh, some x value, right? X is equal to I am giving 1 by 2 alpha, that is equal to e raised to minus 2 alpha into 1 by 2 alpha. X I am replacing with 1 by 2 alpha, this will cancel, okay. So this become a square into, this is e raised to minus 1, 1 by e. So whenever you put x is equal to 1 by 2 alpha, you will get the probability that become 1 by e times of the probability at x is equal to 0. So the what is the x value? That is 1 by 2 alpha. All right, beautiful question. Now let us come to another question. Consider a potential barrier v of x of the form, right, where v0 is a constant, the particle of energy E less than v0, okay, incident on the barrier, right. From the left, which the following schematic diagram best represent the probability density psi of x square as a function of x, right. So in this question, see the here this region at x is equal to b, there is an infinity barrier, so the wave never crosses this region, right, because infinity barrier. So suppose a wave is comes with an energy, right, right, then as per our theory, this E is less than v0, so this is exponentially decay, and then but the width is less, right, this it is not like this. So this width is not extending to infinity. Here we have a fixed width only. So after this width, this decayed wave function again start to execute oscillation, and then at v is equal to infinity, there is a discontinuity. So this will be the suitable diagram. So this is the diagram. Now look into this. If we are plotting the probability density, right, so which one of the following, we are plotting psi of x the whole square on the y-axis and x on the x-axis, that means the distance. Now what is the correct option representing this probability density variation, not potential, probability variation with respect to this x? Look into these diagrams. So here the problem is, here this option is not correct. This is exponentially decay, and then this will attain a constant probability. That is not possible, right? So this option is not correct. So now this option, when you come to this option, see at this point what is the probability, and at this point what is the probability, right? So these all points are representing zero probability. The particle have some probability everywhere, right? So this is not correct, this is not correct. But here we have already, so look into this, even if the wave function is represented like this, so we have always some probability density. We can see if a particle is coming, we can have some probability everywhere. So the y-axis has some value, right? When we plot the graph, it is never be touches the x-axis. It touches at any x-axis point, means there is, at that point there is no probability. Quantum mechanically we have some probability, we can see some particle, right? We can see in all in a space the probability may vary, right? Somewhere some place it is very high, some place it is very less, but we have some probability to find the particle at any region, at any allowed region, right? So this is the best graph. Option D is the best graph representing this condition, right? Now let us come to another question. A quantum particle is subjected to a potential V of x is equal to infinity, x less than or equal to minus a by 2, 0, minus a less than x less than a by 2, infinity x greater than a by 2. So the graph is like this. Here it is minus a by 2 and here it is plus a by 2, right? Here the potential is infinity. After this a by 2 potential is infinity. After this minus a by 2 here, that also was infinity. And minus a by 2 here potential is 0. So this is the situation. The ground state wave function of the particle is proportional to. So what is the wave function for any particle in the minus a by 2 length, right? So wave function is we can see ground state wave function. Ground state wave function means that means x is equal to n is equal to 1 condition, right? So we have generalized this expression for n is equal to 1, n is equal to 3. So this is an unsymmetrical, this is a symmetrical box, right? Not unsymmetrical case. For an for a symmetrical case, what is the wave function? We have studied two condition, right? N is equal to 1, n is equal to 3, and n is equal to 5. In the odd modes, we have the wave function that is root 2 by a, right? We have studied root 2 by a, root 2 by a cos n pi x by a. And in the even case, what we have studied root 2 by a minus root 2 by a sin n pi x by a, right? These are the wave function we have studied. I have discussed this in theory in detail. We have derived these wave functions. So look into the theory, right? Okay. Now here the case is the ground state wave function for the particle is proportional to. So this width is minus a by 2 to a by 2. So a by 2 width is a by 2 minus a by 2. That is equal to a. So here root 2 by a, root 2 by a, but the ground state n is equal to 1. Okay. So ground state n is equal to 1 means that odd condition. So we have to select this wave function. If n is equal to 2, 4, 6, then you have to select this wave function. So here n is equal to 1. So this is the case, right? So this is proportional to, this is our ground state wave function. So psi 1 is proportional to, psi 1 is proportional to cos pi x by a. So option D is correct. All right. All right. Now let us come to another question. The question is, a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator is in the superposition of number of state n given by psi is equal to 1 by 2 to root 3 by 2 3. Okay, state 2 and state 3. The average energy of the oscillator in the given state is, it is a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, right? So one-dimensional harmonic oscillator energy eigenvalue, that is n plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega. All right. All right. So the state n, the superposition of number of state n is given by, one is state 2 and other is state 3. All right. So we have to this number state. So n is equal to 2, n is equal to, this is second excited state and this is third excited state. All right. All right. Now we have to solve the average energy. Average energy, we have to check this is normalized or not, right? The wave function is normalized or not. That is 1 by 4 plus square of this 1 by 4 and square of this, that is 3 by 4. It is 4 by 4 is equal to 1. So it is normalized. So what is the energy? Energy is equal to P1 P2 E2, because second state given P2 E2 plus here third state is given. So P3 E3. Now what is P2? P2 is the coefficient square, probability. That means coefficient square, that is 1 by 4. And E2 is 2 plus 1 by 2 h cross omega. 2 plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, that is 5 by 2 h cross omega, plus P3, that is root 3 by 2 the whole square, that is 3 by 4 into 3 plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, that is 7 by 2 h cross omega. So let me take this 8 common, and here 3 into 7, 21, 21 plus 5, that is 26 h cross omega. So 26 by 8, that is 13 by 4 h cross omega. So that is 3 point something, right? So you have to write 13 by 4 here. All right. Now let us come to that is 3.25. You can write this as 3.25. All right. Now we have another question here. The question is, a particle condemned to move in a truncated harmonic potential well x greater than 0 as shown in the figure. Which of the following statement is correct? Right. So here let us analyze this problem. Look into this problem. Here a particle is constrained to move in a truncated harmonic potential well x greater than 0. So here it is x0, right? Now suppose you have a harmonic oscillator like this. Consider the case of simple pendulum. Now this is x is equal to 0 point. This pendulum can come here and then return back, because at the boundary this potential exists only x greater than 0, right? So that means here the potential is infinity, right? So it can the case given is that is a one dimensional harmonic oscillator, right? Is a one dimensional harmonic oscillator case. Particle constrained to move in a harmonic potential well with x greater than 0 only. It can't come to this region. So here the potential is infinity. Alright. So in that case we have discussed the energy eigenvalue is. So let us go back to theory. I have already taken this 2n plus 3 by 2 into h cross omega. Right. This is the equation for the energy eigenvalue for half harmonic oscillator we have studied. So what is its first excited state energy? N is equal to 1, right? For the ground state it is n is equal to 0, so 3 by 2 h cross omega. So this is not correct, right? And this term not correct, this also not correct. Okay, but this look into this case, n is equal to 1, so 2 plus 3 by 2 h cross omega, right? That is 7 by 2 h cross omega. So option D is correct regarding with this half harmonic oscillator case. All right. Now let us come to another question. In a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, psi0, psi1 and psi2 are respectively the ground first and second excited state. These three states are normalized and are orthogonal to one another. Psi1 and psi2 are the two states defined by psi1, psi0 minus 2 psi1 plus 3 psi2, and psi2 is equal to psi0 minus psi1 plus alpha psi2, and psi2 is equal to psi0 minus psi1 plus alpha psi2, where alpha is a constant. Okay, now it is given that the value of alpha which psi2 is orthogonal to psi1, that is psi2 is this and psi1 is this, which are orthogonal means this inner product psi2 psi1 that should be equal to 0. 0 means this coefficients 1 into 1 plus, right, minus 1 into minus 2 plus 2 into plus 2, right? Then alpha into 3 plus 3 alpha equal to 0, that is 3 alpha is equal to minus 2, that is alpha is equal to minus 2 by 3, right? So look into this. We have to is it correct? 1 plus 2, I am sorry, it is 3. right? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So this part will be calculation error. 3 plus 3 alpha is equal to 0, then alpha is equal to minus 1. So this is the answer, right? And next question is, for what value of alpha, for the value of alpha determined in the question 10, we have calculated alpha is equal to minus 1, right? The expectation value of energy of the oscillator in the state psi 2, right? State psi 2. What is the psi 2? This state psi 2, what is the expectation? We have calculated alpha is equal to minus 1, right? Now, for the what value of alpha, which is psi 2 and psi 1, right? Psi 2 psi 0 minus psi 1 plus alpha psi 2. Information is given 2 times. Sorry, so this I need not. We have only 2 state. So this will be alpha. This alpha we have solved as minus 1, right? Now we need to find the, for this alpha value, expectation value of energy of the oscillator in the state psi 2. All right. So this is my state psi 2. So what is the expectation value? So energy, that is a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator system, right? So one-dimensional. So what is energy eigenvalue? Energy eigenvalue is En is equal to n plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega. Now expectation value of energy we need to find, right? That is the second question. That is equal to, in the first case, right, that is 1 into, so its coefficient is 1, so 1 square into probability. So let me write P1 P0 E0 plus P1 E1 plus P2 E2. What is P0? P0 means probability of the psi 0, right? That is its coefficient square, that is 1 square into, what is E0? When n is equal to 0, half h cross omega. And next is P1 E1, here minus 1, right? The coefficient is 1, right? So its square is 1, again 1, E1 is 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2 h cross omega, plus again this alpha is minus 1, its square is again 1, 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, again 3 by 2 h cross omega. All right. So let me take 2 common, 1 plus 3 plus 3, that is 7, right? So that is 7 by 2 h cross omega. So which one is the option? So do we made any mistake? 1 minute. Oh, sorry, we made a mistake here. Look into this. Here state is 1. Here state is 2. So 2 plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega. So 5 by 2 h cross omega. Here it is probability, that is 1 into, and this is the second state, that is 2 plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega, that is 5 by 2 h cross omega. So what is 5 plus 4, that is 9 by 2 h cross omega. Okay, so which one is the option? Option D is correct. All right. Now let us come to the final question. A particle of mass m that is confined in the potential V of x is equal to half m omega square x square for x greater than 0 and infinity for x less than or equal to 0. Let the wave function of the particle be given by psi of x is equal to minus 1 by root 5 psi 0 plus 2 by root 5 psi 1. Psi 0, psi 1 are the eigenfunction of ground state and first excited state respectively. The expectation value of energy is, so it is very simple question. So because we are using a particle m confined in the one dimensional potential, because we have only half m omega square x square, right? It is infinity for x less than or equal to 0, right? All right. But you have to analyze, this is not a ordinary one dimensional harmonic oscillator, right? It is a half harmonic oscillator, because the potential x is equal to 0. So here only this harmonic oscillation, because x less than 0 means there the potential is infinity. So this pendulum, if I am considering my harmonic oscillator as a pendulum, it can't execute oscillation to this region because here the potential is infinity. So in that case, the energy eigenvalue is 2n plus 3 by 2 into h cross omega. So what is E0? E0 is equal to 3 by 2 h cross omega. And what is E1? N is equal to 1. That means 2 plus 3 by 2. That is 7 by 2 h cross omega. Then what is expectation value? Expectation value of energy is P0 E0 plus P1 E1. Right, that is P0 is square root of square of this coefficient. That is 1 by 5 into, that is 3 by 2 h cross omega plus, right, P1. What is P1? 4 by 5 into 7 by 2 h cross omega. Okay, that is 10. 3 plus 28, that is 30. Alright. Alright. So 3 plus 28, that is 31. Sorry, 31 h cross omega. So 31 by 10 h cross omega. Option A is correct. Alright. So this all about this GATE previous question discussion. And in the next section we will start with the just previous questions from the quantum mechanics part 1. Okay, thank you.